Thus said, native of heaven, for other place none can than heaven such glorious shape contain. Since by descending from the thrones above those happy places thou hast deigned awhile to want and honor these vouchsafed with us two only, who yet by sovereign gift possess this spacious ground and yonder shady bower to rest, and what the garden choicest bears to sit and taste, till this meridian heat be over and the sun more cool decline. Whom thus the angelic virtue answered mild, Adam, I therefore came, nor art thou such created, or such place hast here to dwell, as may not oft invite those spirits of heaven to visit thee. Lead on, then, where thy bower o'ershades, for these mid-hours till evening rise I have at will. So to the sylvan lodge they came, that like Pomona's arbour smiled, with flowerets decked and fragrant smells, but Eve undecked, save with herself more lovely fair than wood nymph or the fairest goddess feigned, of three that in Mount Ida naked strove, stood to entertain her guest from heaven. No veil she needed, virtue proof, nor thought infirm altered her cheek, on whom the angel Hail bestowed the holy salutation used long after to blessed Mary, second Eve. Hail, mother of mankind, whose fruitful womb shall fill the world more numerous with thy sons, than with these various fruits the trees of God have heaped this table. Raised of grassy turf their table was, and mossy seats had round, and on her ample square from side to side all autumn piled, though spring and autumn here danced hand in hand, a wild discourse they hold. No fear lest dinner cool, when thus began our author. Heavenly stranger, pleased to taste these bounties which our nourisher, from whom all perfect good unmeasured out descends, to us for food and for delight hath caused the earth to yield unsavory food perhaps to spiritual natures. Only this I know, that one celestial Father gives to all. To whom the angel, therefore what he gives, whose praise be ever sung, to man in part spiritual, may of purest spirits be found no ingrateful food, and food alike those pure intelligential substances require as doth your rational, and both contain within them every lower faculty of sense, whereby they hear, see, smell, touch, taste, tasting, concoct, digest, assimilate, and corporeal to incorporeal turn. For no whatever was created needs to be sustained and fed. Of elements the grosser feeds the purer. Earth and the sea feed air, the air those fires ethereal, and as lowest first the moon, whence in her visage round those spots unpurged vapours not yet into her substance turned. Nor doth the moon no nourishment exhale from her moist continent to higher orbs. The sun, that light imparts to all, receives from all his elemental recompense in humid exhalations, and at even sups with the ocean. Though in heaven the trees of life ambrosial fruitage bear, and vines yield nectar, though from off the boughs each morn we brush mellifluous dews, and find the ground covered with pearly grain, yet God hath here varied his bounty so with new delights, as may compare with heaven, and to taste think not I shall be nice. So down they sat, and to their viands fell, nor seemingly the angel, nor in mist, the common gloss of theologians, but with keen dispatch of real hunger and concoctive heat to transubstantiate what redounds, transpires, through spirits with ease, nor wonder if by fire of sooty coal the empiric alchemist can turn, or holds it possible to turn, metals of drossiest ore to perfect gold, as from the mine. Meanwhile, at table Eve ministered naked, and their flowing cups with pleasant liquors crowned. O innocence deserving paradise! If ever then had the sons of God excuse to have been enamored at that sight. But in those hearts love unlibidinous reigned, nor jealousy was understood, the injured lover's hell. Thus, when with meats and drinks they had sufficed, not burden nature, sudden mind arose in Adam, not to let the occasion pass, given him by this great conference to know of things above his world, and of their being who dwell in heaven, whose excellence he saw transcend his own so far, whose radiant forms divine effulgence, whose high power so far exceeded human, and his wary speech thus to the imperial minister he framed. Inhabitant with God, Now know I well thy favour in this honour done to man, under whose lowly roof thou hast vouchsafed to enter, and these earthly fruits to taste, food not of angels, yet accepted so, as that more willingly thou couldst not seem at heaven's high feast to have fed. Yet what compare? To whom the winged hierarch replied, O Adam, one Almighty is, from whom all things proceed, and up to him return, if not depraved from good, created all such to perfection, one first matter all, endued with various forms, various degrees of substance, and in things that live of life, but more refined, more spirituous and pure, as nearer to him placed, or nearer tending, each in their several active spheres assigned, till body up to spirit work in bounds proportioned to each kind. So from the root springs lighter the green stalk, from thence the leaves. More airy, last the bright consummate flower, spirits odorous breathe, flowers and their fruit man's nourishment, by gradual scale sublime to vital spirits aspire, to animal, to intellectual, give both life and sense, fancy and understanding, whence the soul reason receives, and reason is her being, discursive or intuitive. Discourse is oftest yours, the latter most is ours, differing but in degree, of kind the same. Wonder not then what God for you saw good, if I refuse not, but convert as you to proper substance. Time may come when men with angels may participate, and find no inconvenient diet, nor too light fare. And from these corporeal nutriments, perhaps your bodies may at last turn all to spirit, improved by tract of time, and wing descend ethereal as we, or may at choice here or in heavenly paradises dwell, if ye be found obedient, and retain unalterably firm his love entire, whose progeny you are. Meanwhile enjoy your fill what happiness this happy state can comprehend, incapable of more. To whom the patriarch of mankind replied, O favourable spirit, propitious guest, well hast thou taught the way that might direct our knowledge, and the scale of nature set from centre to circumference, whereon in contemplation of created things by step we may ascend to God. But say what meant that caution joined, if ye be found obedient? Can we want obedience then to him? Or possibly his love desert, who formed us from the dust, and placed us here full to the utmost measure of what bliss human desire can seek or apprehend? To whom the angel, Son of heaven and earth, attend, that thou art happy, owe to God, that thou continuest such, owe to thyself, that is, to thy obedience, therein stand. This was that caution given thee, be advised, God made thee perfect, not immutable. And good he made thee, but to persevere he left in thy power, ordained thy will by nature free, not overruled by fate, inextricable or strict necessity. Our voluntary service he requires, not our necessitated. Such with him finds no acceptance, nor can find, for how can hearts not free be tried, whether they serve willing or no? Who will but what they must by destiny, and can no other choose? Myself and all the angelic host that stand in sight of God enthroned, our happy state hold as you yours, while our obedience holds. On other surety none. Freely we serve because we freely love, as in our will to love or not. In this we stand or fall, and some are fallen, to disobedience fallen, and so from heaven to deepest hell. O fall from what high state of bliss into what woe!